It's time for the Success in Real Estate Show with Frankie Griffin, owner and instructor of Real Estate School for Success, broker in charge of the Palmetto Success Team, and author of Success in Real Estate. If you're interested in buying or selling a home, investing in real estate, or becoming a real estate agent, you'll enjoy the Success in Real Estate Show on FM News and Talk 100.1 WVOC. Now, here's Frankie Griffin.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, real estate broker in charge. And today we're going to be talking about all kind of different types of loans, but primarily two specifically. One, VA loans. Got several things I want to talk about there. And then another is a FHA loan. It's a particular type of FHA loan called the 203K loan. And in studio to discuss this with me is the mortgage go-to gal, Miss Erica West. Is finally got her in studio. She's not working so much today, so I got her in. But how you doing today, Miss Erica?
I'm doing well.
Well, you're always looking wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you, Frankie.
Always wonderful. And, you know, I got several questions I certainly want to talk to you about, and which is why we've actually brought you on the show. In fact, Andy our real estate attorney friend is actually holding a tutor and tour seminar, and he's going to be talking about this same 203K loan, which is an FHA product. Is that right?
That's correct.
So looking forward to that. But I would like to remind everybody that if you might be interested in getting into real estate or any field in real estate, whether it be appraisal or property management or home inspection, or just get your real estate license, we certainly would love to help you with that at our Real Estate School for Success. We're located over in, or right off St. Andrews Road, just 288 St. Andrews Road. It's a little shopping center. Used to be called Clusters of Whitehall, for those that remember that. It's currently called the St. Andrews Center. But we would love to have you take our classes. We would love to train you, get you prepared for success. We do have a class coming up Monday, which is we call it the final sales, which is the 30-hour post-license training. For those that already have your provisional real estate license, love to get you involved in that class. You still have today and tomorrow to sign up for it. Just go to our website. You can sign up online. Again, the website is www.realestateschoolforsuccess.com. Again, realestateschoolforsuccess.com. And then I also wanted to just mention, because I know we've got a lot of listeners from the Charleston area listening through iHeart or either online, and just want to remind all our Charleston listeners, we've actually got an appraisal course that's going to be starting up. It's a weekend class. I believe it starts October 5th. It's going to be in North Charleston. Love to have you sign up and let's get going with that class. Appraisal is another very big course right now that people are very interested in. But again, it's October 5th is when it starts, and you'll see the other classes that correspond with the appraisal curriculum. It's all on our website. You can certainly check it out. And then again, for those of you again in Charleston, I will actually be there Monday morning with doing the final sales class in Charleston. So love to have you in that class if that's something you need. But again, just go to our website, realestateschoolforsuccess.com, and you'll see a list of all the courses, all the training we've got. We've been so busy here the last several months, and praise God for that. Been looking forward or very much enjoying how busy it's been. And I got to tell you, and Erica, and I'll just go ahead and say it right over there, Erica has saved me from a nervous breakdown a few times over the last few weeks anyway. Because, a lot of times, because I'm like last week, Eric, I was out of town.
Right.
And I've got a couple of clients that I'm working with a closing right now. One of them you know very well. And just as things happen, and which they do, it's just so nice to have somebody I can reach out and touch, local, and I know everything's going to be okay. Just hearing Eric say, Frankie, it's okay. How many times last week did I call you?
A few.
And you said, Frankie, don't worry. It's okay.
Yeah, I've got it. Take a deep breath. We're going to be fine.
It's under control. It's just so awesome to have Erica. Well, before we get too far into it, let's go to our phone lines where on the line we've got Leanne. How you doing, Miss Leanne?
Hey, Frankie, I'm good. How are you today?
Oh, this is such a beautiful day. And Leanne works with Andy On at On and McKay Law Firm. And I know this is going to be a busy week for On and McKay, isn't it, Leanne?
Oh, yes, a busy week. We've got our tutor and tour coming up this Thursday, and we'll be having that holding that in Chapin, 43 Revelstone Way. You can give me a call at the office, and I can send you the flyer or give you directions. And we will start at 5:30 and go until 7:30, and Farm Boys will be catering.
Farm Boys.
So come out. We'll be talking about the 203K rehabilitation loan. So we're excited, and we hope that everybody can make it out.
Yeah, because you know what, Leanne, this is a special. Well, for all kind of reasons, this is a really unique type of loan. There are some things you really need to understand about it, which is one of the reasons I've got Erica West here in studio with me. We're going to be talking about this a little bit on the air. But
yeah, hey, Erica. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, Erica's a friend of mine. She's paired up with us a few times on a few events with the schools and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm familiar with Erica.
A lot of people are. And now this, the tutor and tour is going to be this Thursday. Is that right?
That's right. This Thursday we will have Rebecca Nelson with Fortress Realty there, as well as the owners of Fortress Builders, Bill Sinnett and Tim Kern. And then Carter Weston with Supreme Lending will be there, and he'll be talking about the 203K loan program.
Awesome. Well, and if anybody wants to go, all they need to do is just RSVP. Is that right?
Yes, please RSVP. We want to make sure that we've got enough food for everybody. You can email me or call me at the office, 744-0824, and I'll be glad to get this flyer over to you or help you get to the seminar.
Awesome. And RSVP, just so we know how much groceries to bring.
That's right. That's right. We love to eat. We want to make sure that we're taking care of everybody.
Well, that's awesome, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Well, thank you, Frankie. Y'all have a good afternoon.
Thanks,
Bye,
sweetie.
Leanne.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, and if you have any more questions about this tutor and tour, it's a seminar. It's there's no charge to it. Andy does a great job of helping agents in this area stay abreast on what's going on. If you go to, again, our website, we will have this up probably by Monday, Tuesday at the latest. We'll have a flyer on our website. Again, realestateschoolforsuccess.com. Then click on the radio page, and there you'll find information, a lot of information. In fact, all of our sponsors and real estate partners are located there. For example, the Mortgage Go-To Gal is right there. All you got to do is click on it, and you'll see all her information, phone numbers. It's all right there. Well, I want to go ahead and get this first break out of the way right now, but we would love to take and answer any questions you have about financing. If you're thinking about buying a home, or even maybe you have not taken advantage of these low rates yet and refinanced, give us a call. We've got the finance expert in studio. The number here is 978-9862. Again, 978-9862. You're listening to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin on FM News and Talk 100.1 WVOC. All right, good morning again. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, real estate broker in charge. Thank you for joining me this morning, where I've got the Mortgage Go-To Gal. Miss Erica West is in studio with me today, and we're going to be talking a lot about VA loans and FHA loans, particularly this 203K loan, which is the subject matter of the Tutor and Tour seminar that Andy On will be putting on this coming Thursday. And with that, let's go straight to our phone lines, where we've got Rebecca Nelson. How you doing, Miss Rebecca?
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you back on the show again.
Thank you. Pleasure to be on.
Well, you're going to be, Andy On's doing his Tutor and Tour seminar at one of your properties this week.
Is. He is 43 Revelstone Way in Chapin.
In Chapin, and now what's going on in that area? Is this a neighborhood you've got, or is it just this?
It's hot as a firecracker. We only have about 5 lots left in there. We can't get them up fast enough, and they're gone.
Wow.
So we there won't be long left in that neighborhood, but we're right down the street at Edenbrook as well, and Rose Oak, so not too far away.
Well, what's the price points in here in this area?
We have them in Revelstone from $139,900 to $189,900.
Okay.
And these are custom homes at standard prices. You won't find them in Chapin priced like this.
Well, good.
Which is why they're moving so fast.
Well, I know you've been very busy. What do you think about this market right now? Is it still really busy with you?
It is. I'm a little confused, because Fortress is such a great builder that I'm not sure if it's the market or it's my builder.
Well, either way, you'll take it, I'm sure.
I'll take it.
Well, that is awesome. Well, sweetie, how can anybody listening get in touch with you if they have questions about Fortress? You
can call me at 803-269-7888, or you can come out September 26th from 5:30 to 7:30, and I'll be there, and you can speak to me then.
Awesome, and I'll have this flyer on our website, Rebecca, so if anybody would like to attend, they like directions, whatever, I'll have all this information on our website.
Sure, and they need to come out even if they just want to see what our product's like to build in another neighborhood, or we custom build. So
absolutely.
Come on out.
Perfect. Well, sweetie, I hope you have a great weekend.
You do the same.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. So, Erica, and again, we've got Erica West here in studio. So if you have any questions about finance or about your credit issues or how we can restore credit, which Erica is amazing on how she does that, give us a call. We'd love to help you answer any questions you have. The number is 9862. Again, 978-9862, and we'll answer any questions you have. And Erica, one of the funny things that it's just real, I think it's funny anyway, when you're involved in, well, let me just do it this way. Let me back up.
Okay. Let's start over.
This I was talking earlier before the break about a client that you're helping with.
Right.
You're providing the financing, and my clients are getting a VA loan.
That's correct.
Which historically could be a while. It takes a little bit longer to do VA. Well, this house that I'm representing the buyers, it went under contract a week and a half ago, on the 9th of September, and I told the listing agent that we expect to close right about the end of this month. Mm-hmm. He said, Frankie, no way, not if you're doing VA.
Sure.
That's not going to happen. I said, but what you don't understand is Erica West is the one handling it, and the only thing that could handcuff you at all is waiting on the VA to send the appraiser out.
That's correct.
That is the only thing. But right now, we're on schedule to close on the 30th.
Yes.
So less than 30 days, and it's a VA loan. That's incredible.
Correct.
So how do you do that? In other lenders, it takes forever.
Typically, it's processes and procedures. Once I have all of, we call it the guts of the file, W-2s, bank statements, pay stubs, all of their information, we can turn it into underwriting for an approval, and that kind of speeds things up a little bit quicker. Typically, the normal process with financing is to process the file first and then turn it to underwriting. We kind of just flip it on its head and we say, why not give it the file to the person that has the say-so first?
Really? And
then do the processing on the file. So the good news is with that specific file is that we're just waiting on the appraisal.
Okay.
So as soon as that comes in, and what people don't know is that the VA does allow the VA appraiser 14 calendar days. So that's 10 business days to complete the appraisal, excuse me. That can be a holdup because once we get the appraisal in, we may need revisions. There may be red flags.
Repairs.
There could be a number of things that could hold us up. So pending the appraisal comes in, first of this week and everything's good, we will definitely make our closing by the 30th.
But I think you must have ordered the appraisal like immediately.
Yes. I mean, the file was clear. I knew that up front. And some of that is the experience of the loan officer. And I tell that to people day in and day out. It's not necessarily, what is my company? My company's wonderful. But I've been lucky enough to have the support and the knowledge to be able to give me the tools to look at a file and make a very, very good decision on it prior to getting under contract. Mm-hmm. It's a clean file. Good credit scores, low debt to income. They meet program guidelines. So why not order the appraisal the minute that we have the contract?
Sure. Well, some other things that I think are kind of unique about VA is, first of all, and I think most people probably know this, but you have to be eligible.
Correct.
And what's the requirement to be eligible?
You have to have VA eligibility. All veterans have something called a certificate of eligibility. And I would just give this as a caveat. If you are a veteran, before you start the purchasing process, to request a copy of your certificate of eligibility to make sure that your eligibility is intact. Mm-hmm. That would be the first step. The second thing is obviously you have to be military, have to have eligibility.
Yeah.
And then you have to meet the certain debt to income requirements. And that's pretty much it. That's the only difference is that it's a product that's specifically for veterans, and they have to have their eligibility through the VA.
Right.
And that's the confusing part is that veterans specifically, may have had a short sale in the past where they don't owe the lender that they did the short sale with, but their eligibility with the VA could be tarnished because of that loss. Mm-hmm. And what people don't understand is that funding fee that you pay for your VA loan that's typically financed on top, you can call it whatever you want. That's insurance. You're insuring the VA to insure your mortgage so that your lender, should they have to take a loss, is getting recouped that cost from the VA. So if you do a short sale, have a foreclosure, your eligibility may not be intact, and that could definitely change your eligibility to actually use your VA eligibility to get a loan.
Sure. Well, what about National Guard and Reserves?
They are eligible as well.
At any point, or do they have to serve some amount of time?
Typically, it's 7 years unless you are in a wartime, which technically right now we are considered in a wartime, or if they've had a Title 10 deployment. Mm-hmm. There again, if you are unsure, if you're a National Guard, if you are Reserve, and you're not sure if you have VA eligibility, if you haven't been in there long enough, you can request a copy of your certificate of eligibility, and it will tell you if you're eligible to use VA financing.
Could I call you and you help me? Because I may not know who to go talk to, who to call, who to deal with.
Specifically, lenders can request your certificate of eligibility. Not all the time. Sometimes we have to have a little bit more paper documentation to be able to request it from the VA. Mm-hmm. You have to fill out an 1880. That's a specific form that's in your loan documents. But sometimes just having their social security number and some other information, we're able to pull it from the VA site to see if they have their certificate of eligibility.
And I know I am totally spoiled. And maybe you don't want me to say this on the air, but I call Erica. That phone number is imprinted on my brain. Because I do, there's always, every single transaction, you would think after so many houses being sold, you'd be used to about anything that could come up. And it's just not,
it's not true.
Every property, there's something new that I've never dealt with. And so, Erica, help. That's all true. I know to do. And you do such an awesome job with that.
Thank you.
I do. We're going to have to go ahead and get this bottom of the hour break out of the way. But Eric, on the other side, I want to kind of flip over to talk about FHA.
Sure.
Which is another government loan.
That's correct.
But FHA is government insured versus VA being government guaranteed.
That's right.
And I thought it was interesting because you said even though the VA is a government guaranteed loan, the funding fee is the insurance, so they can make that guarantee.
That's correct.
See, they learn something every day. But anyway, we need to go ahead and get this break out of the way. We'd love to take your calls. If you have any questions, just give us a ring. The number is 978-9862. 978-9862. You're listening to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin on FM News and Talk 100.1 WVOC. All right, good morning again. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, real estate broker in charge. Thank you for joining me this morning. where I've got Erica West. She's the senior mortgage consultant with Mortgage Network. She is the mortgage go-to gal. Absolutely love Erica. In fact, I don't know what I would do. I would have had several nervous breakdowns in the last few weeks were it not for Erica. It's just so nice to have somebody you know and you trust that will always be there and do the right thing for me and for my client. And if you have any questions of Erica or anything about financing at all, maybe your credit, give us a call. The number here is 978-9862. Again, 978-9862. And Erica, well, if I could do this right before we get into it, because I really want to talk about this. If you are selling your home or thinking about selling your home, the most critical piece of this pie is to make sure your home shows well on the internet, because that's where buyers are looking right now. They're looking online, and you've got to have incredible photos, not pictures, photographs that really tell a story about the property. It's got to look really, really nice. And I can just tell you that the man you need to talk to is Jerry Bilton. You've heard me talk about him on the show many times. But Jerry Bilton, he's with Eagle Photography. He is a real estate photography professional. That's all he does. It's just real estate. So he absolutely knows his business. He knows what he's doing. So if you're selling your house, and maybe you've already got your house on the market, if it's not showing very well or you're wondering why nobody's looking at it, I can tell you it's one of two reasons. It could be overpriced, and if that's the problem, obviously there is a solution to that.
There is a remedy, that's right.
But the other problem, and the more common problem, is when I see it online, I don't see anything that strikes value in my mind.
Or they're dark. You can't see what the property looks like.
Yes.
You can't get the flow of the property at all. You don't know how the layout is looking because the pictures are very choppy.
Yep.
And people need that to be able to take that next step to going to view the property.
Absolutely. You got to give him a call. Again, Jerry Bilton with Eagle Photography. He's actually got a special going on right now. Oh, but the other thing I was going to say before I leave that, I am just all over the place
That's
today.
Okay.
But if your house is already on the market and it's not being shown, go online yourself. Look at the pictures that's available on the internet. That's what the public is looking at. And then ask yourself, do you see anything in that picture that looks like it's worth whatever it is you're asking for that property? It's really just that simple. That's what it's all about. Well, one of the things Jerry's doing right now, in addition to the actual photos and I think Jerry, what do you do? 20, 25 shots or something that you'll 25 shots that he will provide, and all of them are gorgeous professional shots. But if you're a real estate agent, in fact, even if you're doing it by owner, he can certainly help you with this too. But in addition to the photos, he will also add a virtual tour that you can put online, and the virtual tour is included. And you're looking at about $150.
That's a deal. For
him to come out. He'll probably spend a couple hours. Now, I'm out there 10 minutes, and I can take about 30 photos, but they don't look like Jerry did it. But it's a very, very good deal, and I think you'll find $150 is a very good investment to create the best value in your home. Mm-hmm. Again, Jerry Bilton with Eagle Photography. You can go look at his work on his website, which is imagesbyeagle.com. Again, imagesbyeagle.com. Or you can give him a call. His number is 331-9035. 331-9035. All right. Now, Erica, here's a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about.
Sure.
And we started to get into it while we were during the break, but the last VA deal I was involved with, the appraiser, the VA appraiser, actually wrote up that the gas fireplace was not vented. What's going is that an issue now with VA?
Yes, that's something that is I see coming across the NOV, the Notice of Value, that is specifically from the VA. Mm-hmm. that they are wanting the veteran to write and sign a letter stating that they're aware that it's not vented, or if it has been wrongly dubbed that,
yes,
if it's a
that's
mistake,
what I'm talking about.
I would get your home inspector to come out there to inspect that again. And a lot of times, if you already paid them to do the home inspection, they're more than happy to come out and do it, and to write a letter stating that it is vented.
Well, because of my buyer that's using VA financing right now, because of the issue that we had in the past dealing with that, which, by the way, it was vented. I mean, it was vented, but I had to have somebody come out here to say it was vented. So I put in the contract for the seller, which they agreed to do, to have their gas whoever's providing the gas to come out, inspect it, and make sure, one, it's vented and safe to use and operate. So hopefully we'll have that in case the appraiser has any questions or whatever about it. But
there are a lot of things that are showing up on VA appraisals that may or may not be new, or just new to me, or I haven't had properties that have been, had these specific situations. But, wanting the veterans, especially in Sumter, to write a letter stating that they're aware they live near an airport. No kidding. It's an Air Force base. That it could hinder the saleability of or the marketability of the property in years to come. And I thought, well,
it could be an external obsolescence. But yeah, you would think you're in the Air Force,
right?
You may be living near a base.
That's right.
Yeah, good chance. Yeah, you could see that, but I did want to bring that up. Now, here's something else I want to ask you that hopefully you can give some advice.
Sure.
For those that might be listening, because a lot of people are not aware of this, but there are plenty of people that qualify for loans, make plenty of money, debt to income, everything's cool, but then they write off a lot of stuff. How does that affect their being able to get a loan?
It affects it most of the time in a negative way. Typically, when someone is paid salary, you're getting a salary, you're not going to have non-reimbursed business expenses that you have to write off. Typically, those are for people that are self-employed, commission, contract employees, 1099, where they're able to write off expenses for gas, mileage, home office, any kind of supplies that they have to buy in order to produce the income that they're getting. That's what that specific non-reimbursed business expenses for on your taxes. That doesn't mean that you can't file taxes that way. It just can be a little deceiving to a lender when you have a W-2 salaried employee who makes X amount of dollars, and then you get a tax return and they're writing off more in non-reimbursed business expenses, than they are actually getting from their net pay. There are two things that can come from that. Number one is it throws up a red flag. You're most likely going to be audited.
Or could be, yeah.
Could be. So talk to your CPA.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that we have to reduce your salary by that amount that you write off. So someone that could have been approved for $280, once we get those tax returns, they may be approved for $99.
And this applies for self-employed too, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And that's where you would more commonly see expenses. But and that's an issue that I had to deal with here a while back, is because I have these expenses, so I want to take advantage of it.
That's right.
But then when I go to refinance or try to get a loan, then that's held against me when the underwriter looks at it.
Yes, and this is typically the reason why. People ask me all the time, well, why is that the rule? Why is that the case? Well, technically, we're only allowed to use income for qualifying income.
Disposable income.
What you've paid taxes on.
Yeah.
So if you've written off that portion of your income, so you're not paying taxes on that, then we can't use it for your qualifying income to approve you for a mortgage.
Well, and I think that's huge, because I know a lot of people are not thinking about that when they write it off. And I'm not suggesting you stop writing, and I'm not trying to do that. No, talk
to your CPA.
Absolutely. But just understand that is something underwriters have to weigh and evaluate.
That's correct.
When they're going through the process.
It may cause you to have to pay off debt then to qualify, especially if you're under contract. You may have to. I mean, it's typically, hopefully, something that doesn't, ruin a deal if you can make it work. But that's just something that I'm seeing more and more frequently. And some people, I don't know that they necessarily are aware of that's how that they're filing taxes. Mm-hmm. They're giving a bunch of receipts and information to their CPA, filing taxes, and then I get it and I say, well, what are you doing here? And they're like, I don't know, I gave it to my CPA.
And the CPA is doing what they're supposed to do, trying to save them
That's correct.
money.
And so sometimes we may be able to actually go back to the CPA and say, hey, this is actually causing an issue for qualifying purposes. Is there a way to reallocate this so that they have the same benefit, but it doesn't affect them negatively for their mortgage?
Good point. I like that. See, that's why Erica is the mortgage go-to gal right there. She knows it all. Just give her a call. She can certainly help you with that. Sweetie, we do need to go ahead and get this last break out of the way, but I promise on the other side, we're going to talk about
203Ks.
Yes, absolutely. Love to hear from you. If you have any questions, give me a call. The number's 978-9862. 978-9862. You're listening to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin on FM News and Talk 100.1 WVOC. All right, good morning again. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, real estate broker in charge. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. We're in studio. I've got senior mortgage consultant and my mortgage go-to gal, Miss Erica West. We're talking about, so far we've been talking just about completely VA, but we're going to change gears and talk about an FHA product called the 203K loan. Sweetie, we've only got about a couple of minutes left, so
Sure.
I do want to just hit on this 203K loan. What is that, and why might I want to look at using something like this?
A 203K loan, like we said, is an FHA product that allows you to finance in any repairs that you may want to do for a purchase into your loan. It's actually quite convenient. However, there are a few little stipulations with it. Obviously, a licensed contractor has to do the repairs. And you can do, there's two different 203K products. Briefly, there's a Streamline, which is anything up to $35,000 in repairs, nothing structural. If you're going to do anything structural, anything over $35,000 or it's structural, then it's considered a full 203K where we have to get an actual FHA consultant to come out and be a part of the whole process.
So is this a deal where I can go ahead and close on the house and then do the repairs?
That's correct. No repairs are started until when the loan is closed, and you have 6 months to get the repairs finished.
So where is this money, or who's holding the money for the repairs?
The lender.
The lender.
Yeah.
So it's the attorney's not just holding it in escrow because we know we need $20,000.
No, typically it sits with the lender, and then the lender sends it to the attorney or to the contractor and the borrower. But usually the check is made out to both the borrower and the contractor every time. And there's something called draws. Mm-hmm. Typically, the appraiser either comes out to the property and inspects the work that has already been done, or if it's a full 203K, the consultant comes out and inspects it and makes sure that the work is being done up to code and that the house is still going to be FHA financeable at the end.
So this could be potentially a good loan for someone looking to buy a fixer-upper?
That's correct.
And be able to finance the fixing-upping.
That's right.
That's the way to do it right there. Well, sweetie, we're about out of time, so how can we get in touch with you real quick?
You can reach me at 803-528-5019. You can email me at ewest@mortgagenetwork.com, or you can find me on Facebook. Search for the Mortgage Go-To Gal. Please go there and like my page, and I hope there's some information that it's beneficial to you.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for coming in, Erica.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you calling in and helping us out each week when you can do that.
My pleasure.
It's a big help. Well, I tell you, there's no football games for Carolina or Clemson today.
So sad.
So there's just nothing to do today.
The Greek Festival.
All right. Well, anyway, hope you have a really blessed weekend, everybody. Please be safe. You've been listening to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin on FM News and Talk 100.1 WVOC.